Good morning. So in response to a couple of questions regarding the Last Supper, I have scoured the scriptures, looked up cross-references, interlinears, commentaries, and there's steam coming out of my ears. But I've come up with some interesting things and a couple of lessons for Watchtower. Now, first of all, Revelation 14 and verse 4. Now this is discussing the 144,000. Now I'm not saying it's a literal number, but it's a large number and it's a finite number. Now we know from Revelation 5:10 that these ones are going to rule as kings and priests so that they can apply the benefits of Jesus' sacrifice to the rest of us. But Revelation 14:4 states that these ones are the first fruits to God. So there must be second fruits. Now what I found interesting was that the Bible deals mainly, especially the Greek scriptures, deals mainly with those who are going to comprise the heavenly kingdom. Very little is said about those that they're going to rule over. Now that makes sense because you see, now today we look at things a bit differently. We're on the cusp of the kingdom. We're obviously interested in what's going to happen to us who feel that we're going to stay on this earth. What sort of status do we have? But that wasn't the main point in the first century. Jesus was concerned with gathering people who loved him, who loved God, who knew that to love their neighbour as Jesus loved us was the most important command. These were the sort of people suitable for God's kingdom, and they had to be found before anything else could be done. Jesus needed his kingdom co-rulers. So that's why the Apostle Paul deals mainly with gathering these ones. That was the first century, but we're interested in ourselves. There's very little about it, but there is a little bit in Revelation 7 and verse 9. Having said that, basically, for some of these things, we can just wait and see what's going to happen. We know the kingdom is going to be good, that we will be grand under God's rulership. But this is what it says, interestingly, about a huge number, impossible to count. Now, down in verse 14, it says, these are the ones who've been through the great persecution, or you probably know it better as the great tribulation, the end of the world. They've survived, they've come through it because they washed their robes white in the blood of the Lamb. So here's a first lesson for Watchtower. These ones have shown faith in Jesus Christ, and God views them as righteous. They have washed their robes white. They are pure. And it goes on to say that they're serving God day and night in his sanctuary. Now, if they are going to stay on this earth and serve God in his sanctuary, how can that be? Well, Revelation 21 states that God's tent, his tabernacle or his temple, is going to come down here with the New Jerusalem. There will be no more tears, no more mourning, no more death. It will be wonderful. So the 144,000 are righteous, definitely, and God loves them, but they are not superior to the rest of humanity who have gone through this tribulation and proved faithful. God loves us all, which is wonderful. The second lesson I've decided is that we can argue, we can discuss these things amicably and still be friends. One or two have said, they think that the earth is going to be a sinful place after Armageddon. Well, I don't agree, because in Nahum chapter 1 and verse 9, it says that God is going to utterly destroy wickedness, and that oppression or wickedness will not lift its head up again. It won't rise a second time. Hebrews 9:28 says that when Jesus appears a second time, it will not be to deal with sin, but to reward with salvation those who are waiting for him. So we can wait and see, but in the meantime, we're faithfully serving God. We're looking forward to the time when we have a good, righteous standing before God on this planet, doing what Adam should have done, making it the paradise that it can be. And God has promised to be with us. There'll be no more mourning, no more pain, no more suffering, no more death. What a wonderful thing. So I'm going to put the references below so you can make up your own minds. And we will agree to differ on some things, but we will stay friends. We won't disfellowship each other or shun each other. Sorry, if we don't agree. So thank you so much for watching, and God bless you all. Thank you.